Thank you for stopping by. I surely do appreciate the company today. I have, my hair's still wet. I took a shower for you guys. Don't I smell good? Too bad this wasn't a scratch and sniff, huh? Yes. But I went out for a hike this morning, and that always feels good to start the day like that. I don't always start my day with a hike, but on the days that I do, I somewhat feel smug, if you know what I mean. Very smug. And so I did my hike, I came home, I took a shower, and now I'm here with you, and I am so happy to be here with you. I love the questions and the give and take by this community. It is not only fulfilling for me, but also I feel for some of you, especially when someone else in the community can answer your question when I can't, or they want to give you support. I just love that. I think there needs to be more of that in the world, doesn't there? So I hope you gather your stitching and that you have it, because I'm going to be stitching too. This particular check-in with you is going to be a hodgepodge of things. I'll show you what I have accomplished, which is minuscule as far as whips go. Only 2 whips got stitched on, and but life has been busy, as you know. Busy bee, that is me. In fact, when I met up with my college roommate and friend, Diane asked me if I ever slept, and I normally get a good 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, I'm very predictable, mainly because G is, he needs his sleep, so we always go to bed at the same time. I know that there's a lot of stitchers who stay up and stitch, but we've always, we just always gone to bed at the same time. I'm a creature of habit too, and so what happens though is I get up earlier, usually in the morning, although this morning I did not. I totally slept in. I was so exhausted over the last couple days, and it has to do more with the temperature. I know I'm rambling, but you know, when the heat's up, I hadn't turned the air conditioner on, and you get hot, you don't sleep as well, you know. There's studies that show you sleep better when your face and, you know, is cool, and it definitely wasn't. So we finally turned that cooler on, and I slept so good last night. I didn't really even get out of bed till almost 7. And normally I'm usually a 5:30 kind of girl. So I get up earlier than G, although this morning he was up way earlier than me. I was just out for the count. But I do get my sleep, let me tell you. And so Diane asked how I get everything so much done. And I said, well, the operative word is done. The operative word is done. And done, that D word, is not totally a part of my life. I mean, it is a celebration when I do get something done. But I like to start. I like to start stuff. And when you have so many things started, you eventually something's got to get done. I mean, eventually it just happens by miracle, probably. But my brain is going faster than my mouth. My mother used to get so frustrated with me when I would say, she wouldn't let us say or so when we said that too much, she would interject with a taunt. She wanted us to speak proper English, sentence construction, and be well-versed speakers. And so I was always in speech class. I took speech all through high school and into college. Hence, being that I am an introverted daughter of two extroverted parents, I have no problem standing up on a moment's notice and giving a speech. Here I am. All I need is a podium. Yes. If I am given too much notice about a speech, then the introverted side comes out and I break out in a cold sweat and don't think I can do it and don't want to do it, and I'm just like panicked. But asked to speak in the moment, I can do it. Oh, there's something you didn't want to know about me, right? I told a story to Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42, and she said, you must tell that on your floss tube. And I totally forgot about it. She's probably forgot about it. But it came to light this last week because I got another email. So the algorithm of YouTube is interesting, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. I am a participant in it, but I don't understand how it works. I do know that there are different subscriber cutoffs that drop you into additional algorithms where people can reach out to you. And I love it when I get contacts from quilting or stitching to partner with someone to help them promote their business. I think this last year in the business world, it has been challenging, and I am all about helping cross-stitch and quilting businesses because we have to help each other, and I love those. I love those crafts. But even with those, I get all kinds of other requests that have nothing to do with cross-stitch and quilting. And I had to laugh at this one that I got, and it was, you know, they're long emails describing their products, and okay, this might be a little bit on the gross side, but it is hysterical. It is hysterical. So I got this lovely email. What's not to feel good about someone who tells you they enjoy your channel and they think your audience would love their product? You know, it's a feel-good. It's a feel-good for the work that you're doing. But you understand very quickly that a lot of those have to do with nothing you're interested in or your audience. So, I gotta turn my sound off here. So, I got this lovely email. We love your YouTube. We love your audience. And as I'm reading the email, I'm just laughing out loud. I'm laughing out loud because I know for a fact that this person writes a lovely email but knows zero about my channel, has never watched my channel, has never even looked at who my audience is, because the email goes on, and we'd like to send you product for you to try out and to share with your viewers that our panties will hold 4 tampons worth of discharge. No, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I was laughing out loud, because if that person had really looked at my channel, my demographic is probably over 90% postmenopausal women, and a smaller percent of men. And so that is, I am not going to be increasing their business. Now, if they talked about bladder control, maybe that would be something, wouldn't it? But I tell you, you know, you gotta laugh some days, don't you? It's just too hysterical. I hope you weren't drinking a sip of tea or something when I told you the story. Yeah, so let's talk about a little bit about stitching. The only 2 whips I have worked on has, because I was downtown for, you know, over 24 hours, and had a lovely time meeting up with friends, and we went out to dinner. We went to Acorns and Threads, and we went to Pioneer Quilts. Then I dropped them off, and we dropped our stuff off, and then we met up for dinner at Jake's Fish House, which is one of those famous restaurants in downtown Portland. And it's about, I think it's about 8 or 10 blocks away from me. So I just walked there. It was a lovely, lovely afternoon and evening. And it was just beautiful. It was just a beautiful walk. The best thing about it, though, was, you know, G and I are vegan. And you go to a fish house and you know that you're going to eat sides. I can find food wherever I go because I can eat sides, and I love sides. You know, side of roasted potatoes, side of roasted seasoned vegetables. That's awesome, and I'm perfectly content with that. But they are truly an amazing restaurant in customer service, because when we sat down, we ordered our drinks, and I told him I'm vegan, and he didn't like go, oh crap, you know, one of those, and I'm allergic to shellfish. And he didn't go, you know, he was lovely. He was lovely. And in fact, he said, our cook is vegan. Let me see what she can whip up for you. Now, that is a 5-star restaurant, truly. What he brought me was this beautiful plate of pasta with roasted vegetables and olive oil. Wow. Wow. I could have licked my plate. I really could have licked my plate. And it was so fun because, you know, when you get to meet up with childhood friends, I loved reading all the comments about how long some of you have been still in relationship with your childhood friends. And it is, it's a gift. It really is a gift, you know. So we had a lovely conversation. But let me just get back. We can talk more while we're stitching, but let me get back to my whips. So I am, thank you for all your support and suggestions about how to finish this stocking. This is this week's project to get done, because I really only have to put his name at the top and then finish the town at the bottom, which means that's what's happening this week. That is what is happening this week. And this is a Shepherd's Bush stocking, and it's called Parker. It's just lovely, lovely. And the other whip I worked on is, and I'm going to continue to work on it. Of course, now I have to find the pattern for it. What happened? What happened to it? You know, you have this kind of pile around you, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna look under my chair. I'm gonna look on beside my chair. Excuse me. I won't stand up and turn my butt to you, but oh, maybe it dropped over here. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. Luckily, I'm at the point where I really don't need it, but it is a Prairie Schooler 2021 Santa. And I'm just about done. All I have is his red jacket. Now, this is the thing about these Prairie Schooler Santas that I realized. I'm still looking because I cannot believe I have misplaced the pattern. I only stitch here. Go figure. Maybe it's stuck to me and I walked in another room with it. But the 2021 Santa, this is my first Prairie Schooler Santa, and I'm assuming that the rest are similar in the way they're designed, is that I always thought that a Prairie Schooler Santa is one of those easy stitches. I mean, it's on 18 count, 1/1, no, 2/1. Is that what that means? I don't know what that means. But it's a simple, it seems like a fairly simple stitch, but what I didn't realize till I got involved with this, and it's a stitch along, it's hashtag 2021 PS Santa Sal with Lost in Floss, is that they are quite, they're not as simple as you would think. I mean, they're simple in terms of, I don't even know how to explain this. Do you feel like I'm babbling? There's a lot of detail in it. That's what I want to say. There is a lot of detail. And so thread changes, small areas, you have to figure out how to travel if you're going to travel. So it was no just a slam dunk, I'm going to get it done in an afternoon, which is, I was under the preconceived notion that that's what would happen. But I have enjoyed it so much, and I am thinking, this is my thinking, I feel like that cartoon show, Stinky and Dirty. I am thinking, oh, I've got to take a thread out, that, oh shoot, did I break the thread? Oh man, I hope not. That each time I finish one, I should start another one, because I have a few of these. You see, I'm quiet. In a moment, I'm going to be sticking out my tongue, trying to get this thing situated. I think I went in the wrong hole. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna, every time I finish one, I'm going to start another one. That's what I've decided. So that I can keep Okay, I see what I did. We're okay. I need one right here. And I hope that by Christmas I'll have like a little bowl of them. That's what I'm hoping. Have you ever done Prairie Schooler Santas? I'm sure many of you have. They've been around. But I bought a couple of these, and there's someplace around here. I really want to get my cross-stitch accoutrement and patterns and everything more organized into one cabinet. I think I want a new cabinet for my cross-stitch. I spent one whole day organizing some floss, one company of floss, if you know what I mean. And that was so satisfying. I did it alphabetical. I put them on rings, and I divided the alphabet kind of into thirds and put them in alphabetical order on 3 rings, which made me feel in control. I like to do the sewing method, but this particular one, oh yeah, it's gonna work good. It's a little stiffer fabric, and I've been keeping this project in my, that's So Kelly, little wormtail, Harry Potter map, and I love it. But this fabric is kind of on the stiff side, and it's 18 count. I have no idea now what kind it is, but I like it for this particular. I have a feeling it's one of those ones you can get like at Hobby Lobby or I went too far. So I'm going to look for some more of this, just because I kind of want them all the same. Boring, I know. Boring, I know. But if I want to put them in a bowl, I kind of would like them to be matchy-matchy. Yeah. And I like the way this looks. It's 18 count, and it's a beige color that looks like something was, like pepper was put on there or something. I'll have to look for that next time I go. I think I've seen it like at Crafter's Warehouse or Hobby Lobby or Joann's. Yeah, so those are the 2 whips that I worked on. Well, I didn't take the stocking with me to stay downtown. I just took this, and that's why I made some headway on it. I just love the little raccoon. The whole woodland animals thing is very cute. Oh, and I have a finish. I didn't show you my finish. Remember this box that I bought? I bought this box at Hobby Lobby. And my son's birthday, my younger son's birthday is coming up. And I wanted to make something for him. And so I thought, well, he has a home office. And I thought, well, he could put this on a bookshelf or in his home office and dump mail or whatever he wants into this box. But look at this. This is a Stone House, I believe, or Stone Street design. I'll put it in the description box. But look at that. So what I did was I measured halfway into this border here on this wood for the square. And then I cut out that heavy cardboard that you get at the craft store. I cut out that piece to fit over the top. And then I cut out the same piece as, the same size piece in fusible batting. And I pressed my piece with Flatter, which is a product that is made by the soap company. It's an organic fabric relaxer, because I wanted to get any creases and any wrinkles out of the piece. And so I sprayed that on and then ironed it, steam ironed it. And then I placed this on top of the fusible batting and the piece of cardboard. And then I took some clear tacky glue and I glued it on the back side. I folded all the edges really tight and glued it. And then I ran glue around the edge of the box and across the crisscross and put it on there and weighted it down with 2 heavy books so that it would be stuck to that. And I did not add any trim or anything because I don't think he would care about that. And I wanted it to look just like this. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. So I'm quite proud of that. I gotta finish. I gotta finish. Gotta do the finish dance. Gotta finish. Yeah. So that was fun. This was the other thing about that I discovered. I kind of am proud of myself because I've stepped out of my box just a hair, like just a toe, just a big toe out and back in. That's a dance in itself. The cross stitch shuffle, where your big toe goes out and then it comes back in. Yeah. When I went to do this project, when I was working on this project, you see the owl? That owl, the inside of that white owl is gray. It even says on the chart, which I can't find, that it's gray. But when I looked at the fabric, I drive myself crazy when my brain isn't keeping up with my mouth, or my mouth is running off before my brain kicks in. Oh, that happens so much more these days. When I went to look at the floss, that they had chosen for the inside of that owl, it was DMC 3022. Well, 3022 is green. It has gray in it, but it's basically kind of a gray-green and really reads green. And I did not like it. So I went and dug out some real gray and used gray. And I was much happier because I didn't think that the inside of that owl needed to be green-gray. I guess not. So back to my time with my, college roommate. When you're that age, 19, 20, I started college when I was 17. I was young, and Yeah, I was young. But my college roommate, when you're that age, you don't have the capacity. Most of us at that age don't have the capacity to think outside in a very abstract way. We tend to be worrisome about ourselves and how we present and how we're accepted and all of that, that you don't look at other people's families that much, especially when you're living in a dorm. You're kind of concentrating on who you're living with on the moment. It's always, your life is more about in the moment. But to get together with someone after the fact, when you're old, and to reflect back, you realize how really little you knew about their home life. It's interesting. It's just interesting. And how we've traversed to our senior years, and thinking back, I love knowing how the human TikToks, not TikTok video, but what makes us who we are, and how far off base we were about some things. It's just amazing. Yeah. So it's been most wonderful time, and we live in the same state, so I am thinking that there has to be more time to spend, to make an effort to spend time together, because time is just fleeting. It's so fleeting, isn't it? I mean, I cannot believe it's June. It just flabbergasts me. How did June happen? You want to savor each moment, don't you? So we went to, I picked them up, and we went to, our first stop was Acorns and Threads. And so naturally, I kind of wanted to expose them to Acorns and Threads. Neither of them is really a cross-stitcher. They're both extraordinary quilters. And but they have both been exposed to cross-stitch, so I wanted to just give them an opportunity to stop there and check it out. But we didn't stay that long. We didn't stay long enough for this cross-stitcher, and that was okay because we were heading to a quilt store, Pioneer Quilts, and we needed lunch too. So that first day, what I picked up at Acorns and Threads was I kitted up another chart, and the one I kitted up is another stocking. So I had to, and Janine at Acorns and Threads has quite a selection of the number 5 DMC. And so she had every one I needed, but one, and she's ordered the one for me. And that is because once I get this stocking done, I'm starting on his little brother's stocking. And this one is a shepherd's bush, and it's called Richard. Yeah. So cute. It has a deer and a hiking Santa. So I picked up that. I had already picked up the fabric previously because when I bought the fabric for the first one, I just bought double the amount because I knew I was going to do a second one. So that's what I picked up the first day. I was really good. I wanted to make sure that we got to the quilt store because these two friends are, they're part of that JJ club, you know, Judy Niemeyer. I call them the JJ girls. And if you, I know this is Stitch Roadies, but if you want to see what a Judy Niemeyer quilt is all about, just Google her. They are extraordinary quilts, and both of these gals have won awards in shows with their quilts. So, you know, what can I say? Not to make excuses for myself. I'm not making excuses. I'm not. But I was downtown overnight, and only 10 minutes, not even 8 minutes from Acorns and Threads. And so I felt like I really should go back again before I go back over the river. And so I did. And I was there when the shop opened. Janine was like, "What? What?" And I said, you know, I wanted to take my time and just look and think about what I wanted and look through the new things. And I was by myself, because I was there right when they opened, by myself. And there's this zen. It was the zen of shopping. You really got to think about every chart. I know some of you totally get what I'm talking about. Which meant I did purchase more. Now, the day before, as I was leaving, I saw this pillow in the window. And I said, I have to have that. I need to chart. I need that chart. And Janine saw me oogling it and leaned out the door and said, "You need that." And so the next day I got it. And it is a My Big Toe cross-stitch design. And it says, "It's not how many are finished. It is how many you start." Yeah. Is that not perfect? That is perfect. That's going to be a sooner than later. I saw this fabric, you know, I was looking for some more of this beehive fabric, but this is, I just thought for my nautical themed room, guest room / toy room, I thought I could use this for something cute. I mean, is that not beautiful fabric? The modeling on it is just gorgeous. And it's a Picture This Plus Lugana 28 count. Needed that. And in keeping with the nautical theme, SamBrie Stitches, don't we love her? Saltwater Scrapbook, Part 2. I mean, I needed all of those. I need all those pillows, because I'm going to have a bowl in that room with nautical pillows. So cute. So cute. Now, I might have told you about Megan Jones. I met her at Fall Fling 2 years ago, and we just hit it off. We were at the same stitchy table, and she came down for the retreat from Alaska. Yeah, although she's moving soon, or has moved. I'm trying to, probably in the process, to Washington, which will be even closer. But she started her own Etsy shop, and I'll put that link. And she has a lovely floss tube, and I'll put that link. But when I saw that Janine had these needle minders from her called Jonesy Stitchery, I had to get one. I mean, I'm going to be doing lots of nautical stitching, and this little puffin is too freaking cute. So I got that. The piece de resistance. I love a kit. Even in quilting, I'm the kit queen. And part of it is that I don't want to be bogged down by decision. I can be quite, I can get quite fused, and it activates all of my personality quirkinesses if I have too many decisions to make. So kits are good. Kits are good. And this kit, when I saw Jolene had finished a little one and painted the wooden box, I thought, oh, that's adorable. So this kit includes the chart, the thread, the cording, the charm, and the wooden jar. Yeah, look at that. And there's the wooden jar, and all the lid to the jar, and all the fun stuff. And when it's done, it's only about that big. I mean, it's adorable, absolutely adorable. And you know, when you watch Brenda and the Serial Starter, and you do the home tour thing, and you see all of her little vignettes, it's like, yes, I need all of those little things. I need all of them. I need to decorate. So what else has been going on here? Oh, I got some mail. I ordered from Goose a project bag. I know I don't need another project bag. Anna, you don't need another project bag. Yes, I do. I want one. You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, that's what was going on in my head. But this project bag came with its own little floss buddy, which I love, floss buddies. Denise, who I met at Fall Fling 2 years ago, is, this is the funny thing. When I went to Floss, pay attention, Anna. Okay, when I went to Fall Fling 2 years ago, it was a stretch. I really didn't know anybody. And a lot of the people knew each other, and I was stepping outside of my comfort zone. But I really wanted to experience a cross-stitch retreat, a workshop. And right away, I met Christy, the Java girl, and her group, which included Denise from Goose. Is this not so cute? So I became, for that day, one of their girls, which was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting at a table with all these creative types. It was like, oh my gosh. But the bummer was that they had not scheduled correctly, somehow they misscheduled, and they didn't get to stay for the 2-day retreat. They were flying out the next day, so then I had to find a whole nother table to sit at on day 2, where other people had already established their table, you know. But there were a couple of us who were at that table, the first table, and so we were like little ducks gathered together, you know. And we found another table to sit at, which was just lovely. And Megan was at that table. So that's how, to make it all connect the dots, Megan of SamBrie Stitchery was at that table, and that's how I met Megan. But Denise of Goose, I mean, she is a beautiful crafter. Her bags are totally exceptional. And this bag looked so fun. And it came with a floss buddy, which I love. So this can fold up like that and snaps. Oh, isn't it adorable? Because I'm finding that not only do I need somewhat appropriately themed needle minders, I also want needle minders and bags that speak to me on any given day. You know, it's just, what can I say? It's just a slight quirk in the personality. I think that's just about it. So thank you for hanging out and listening to my babble, and I hope that you are enjoying the outdoors. I hope the weather is fabulous where you're at, and that you are enjoying all of that outdoors, that you're either camping or gardening and having a grand time. And then we'll see next time we gather whether I have started something new, finished something else, and let's see what happens, okay? Thank you so much for stopping by. I love you guys and so appreciate the company. And all the tips and the comments, keep them coming. I love them. I love the stories about everyone's childhood friends, and oh, and just as a heads up, I will be making a list on my woolymammoth.blogspot.com, a list of that you can copy and paste and print off for your family on your thoughts about your accumulation. Yeah, it'll be fun. So I'll see you then. Take care, okay? And keep stitching.